What's up, my gnomies? This is episode 23 of Dour Gnome Adventures with Matt.
Hello.
Dimitri.
Yo.
Mark.
Hey.
Brian.
Yada, yada.
And I'm your GM, Ryan.
Dimitri, I am disappointed by two things. Number one, there was no year when you came in. That's one. Two, where's the tracksuit?
Okay, first of all,
That feels like a stereotype.
you got your
like
in the
it.
bloopers, all right? That's it. You get one.
Ryan actually recorded that. It exists, so we can use it.
That's right. That's
We can
right.
make-
It's gonna
Matt, we can make it a ringtone.
That hurts my
subscribe to our Patreon for exclusive Dimitri sound bites.
That is the true D-side.
We should be so successful that is called for.
Okay. All right. I guess. Was it John St. John, voice actor for Duke Nukem?
I don't know. I don't know.
I know plenty of people who will, you can pay for them to give you a voicemail. So, yeah, sure. If we get big enough that you want Dimitri to be talking to you personally through your recording device of choice, yes, by all means.
The trick is not getting Dimitri to talk to you. The trick is getting Dimitri to stop talking to you.
Can I pay for that cameo?
Wow.
Yes, actually, if you would like to pay me, I will perform 433.
And all the avant-garde music people just laughed, and the rest of us are just kind of like, huh?
All right. You guys ready for some Pathfinder? Feels like it's been a minute since we've played.
It has been a minute.
It's been 2 minutes and counting of this recording, at least.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Well, yes, you have your camera on, so yes.
It's been 1 week since.
Dimitri,
Oh, God.
you gonna bard us in?
All right. Well, just as part of the recap, I would like to remind you that somebody intimidated me into not being part of a conversation for part of last session. So Bob woke up to a screaming, blood-soaked Gorumite outside with a hangover from. Well, no, actually, we've been plenty experienced with as worshippers of Caden Kalian. We are plenty experienced with the volume of alcohol that was consumed as a wake for Tad. So we woke up to a blood-soaked, screaming Gorumite, and he stared at Bob, and Bob's like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm going to go have breakfast. So eventually, party decided that apparently this now slightly less blood-soaked and slightly less screaming Gorumite was going to be part of it. So Bob handed this Gorumite, shirking Wanda's greatsword +1, and we went back under the Rusthenge via the Stonehome, giving the Gorumite a tour of everybody who died there, by our hand or otherwise. But before we went, actually, no, an important thing, Bob did finally get the Gorumites to put down a list of how many of them there were, and if there was anybody they were particularly attached to, so we wouldn't, blow up the brains of their leader again or something. And apparently we're down to only one unaccounted for Gorumite who wasn't anybody in a position of power or anything. So that's what we have to look forward to. And I think I don't remember exactly, but I think we were told that there was basically like a handful, like 6 to 8 people with this Thessalonian dude. What's his name again?
Mitramar?
Thank you. So Mitramar had an entourage of something like 6 to 8 people. And we don't know if the cultists we encountered underneath Rusthenge were part of that entourage or if they're, homegrown, organically arising
Locally
cultists.
sourced, yeah.
Well, you leave a temple unattended, you show up, and suddenly, there's cultists just sprouting all around. That's how dungeons work in the D&D universe, right?
Leave some food out and it grows, and this is how you get cultists.
Oh, no. You don't even leave the food. Just something moves in, like an ooze or a mushroom or an assassin vine, and then they just start munching on each other. It's a whole ecosystem. Point is, we had killed a number of cultists. That number being actually about 8. So we don't really know. Oh, we killed 3 in the altar room, right? Then we very barely managed to kill 2 in the next room, with them laying out 3 out of 4 of us. Then there were a number of cultists right before the jelly fight.
So 3 or
And
4?
yeah, well, like one of them might have gotten eaten by the jelly.
Yes.
Because, we closed the door, so we don't really know what that Wilhelm scream was about. But that kind of seems like the entire Mitramar entourage, which doesn't seem right. Like, we know Azomi was part of the people on the boat. We got a confirmation from the first mate, now captain, now sailing off out of the harbor this morning. But, well,
we did have to run from 2 spooky guys after we pulled on the book and opened a secret door, and we had to run with Tad's corpse.
Yep. There were books, and that one looked special. I apologize.
I mean, one point in Confirmation's favor is that the cultists seem to be talking in Thessalonian. Yeah? When they taunted us in the altar room, it was in Thessalonian.
If you say so.
Yeah, it's all Aslanti to you.
Yeah, but it also begs the question: we do not recognize the language that the things that the book that I pulled.
The dudes beyond the book door.
The book boys, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, there's a few things that you haven't been able to recognize their language.
So the book club is foreigners.
Yes.
Coming here, taking over our Rusthenges.
Yeah. But last we left off, we had gone back to the altar room. Cinderspark had gone up the stairs to just peek around it and see like where they were going. There was like a blind corner that I wasn't going to go up and around. But they go up pretty far.
Mm-hmm. So there's either another level above this, or they go all the way to the top where the actual Rusthenge is, at the top of the island.
It's only one way to know for certain.
To not go there. So we didn't.
Right.
We went back to the door to the altar room to continue giving the new dude, whose name I don't remember if Bob actually formally introduced himself or was introduced to this new Goromite.
We did get his name.
Yes.
I don't know if you were listening at the time.
That's a very good point. In or out of character. So, Mark, you want to remind us what we look at when we're traveling? Because the 3 of us are just the same old goblins.
We're looking at his knees, basically.
No. Hold on. I want to amend that. Before we left, Bob was able to procure a chain shirt in goblin size from Elsie. So Bob is now actually wearing armor, and noisier than previously, though I don't think that was possible.
Yeah, so you had been introduced to Borm, who is a Dromar, which is a half-orc. He would normally be wearing full plates, but he is a lackluster Gormite and broke, so he only wears half plate. But carries a great sword and a shield.
We will add some plates to it, so it will be full plate.
No, if he's a broke Goromite, there's plenty of Goromites with broke full plates.
There's a lot of broken Goromites down here.
Yes, and they were wearing broken full plates.
Yeah, but I don't think that they can be can be put back together. I don't think it works that way, Bob.
The full plates or the Goramites?
Yes.
Yeah.
But what if we stack enough of those plates on top of each other? Do they just, is there a critical mass at which those full plates turn into a single plate?
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe you can melt them down.
Well, you're the one with craft.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Who doesn't have craft? Doesn't everybody have craft? No?
I have word craft.
Oh.
No?
Bardcraft.
Craft, I has it.
So I think we opened the door to the altar room, and that's where we stopped.
Yes. So you open the door to this altar room. You hear the buzzing and whirring of the gears still.
Oh, it's awake?
The altar. The altar has woken.
Yeah.
Who woke the altar?
Well, it's a faint sound, kind of like the first time you walked in.
Okay.
It doesn't appear that
It's snoring.
it doesn't have the intensity
Right.
that it had when it started shooting laser beams at you.
So it's just resting as opposed to in combat.
As far as you can tell, yes. Notably in this room, the pile of bodies is gone. Replaced only with a pool of dried blood. A dried pool of blood. There's one body placed upon the altar.
Yeah.
Does it look like the icon on the map indicates? Like a cultist?
Yes.
Okay. Is the demon dog corpse also gone?
It is.
Yes. Was the answer?
Yes. Yes, I found some very hard.
So despite the body being on top of the altar isn't eating it.
Nope.
No, because it only wakes up for chalk.
That's a fair point. We tried to wake it up without chalk and we failed.
All right, so we wanted to still stay asleep, right?
Yeah, because there are other things in here that actually give chase.
That's true. We don't know.
If you wanted, you could try to disable it again.
Quiet voice in my head.
I mean, does
I'm just giving you your options.
Does Mark's new character feel as gung-ho as Mark's previous character?
No. Well, he understands you're wary, so he's not dumb. Not nearly as dumb as the other character.
Oh, we might be in the wrong party then.
Well, I don't remember if we communicated this part to you, so I suppose now is a good time to mention, like, we're speaking in hushed tones about this altar over there. So this is probably weirding you out, because you've never seen Bob speaking in hushed tones.
You've never seen Bob quiet.
Yeah.
Bob talks in his sleep, noticeably.
So we tell you, actually, the one thing that might be relevant to you is that the previous Goramite told us that there might be a way to bless this altar for Gorum, but that might piss it off. Yeah?
I'm looking at the iconography in the room. I don't think any of this is Gorum-ish.
Oh, no. It was about cutting off the connection with the god that the altar's dedicated to.
Whoever that is.
It's Zin something or other.
Zar.
Dar Amzar.
Asmak.
Zar Asmak.
Thank you.
Yes. But, if the altar gets upset, it gets violent. So it may be better to just walk around the room and avoid aggroing it.
Yeah, totally agree.
But I have more... But Bob, I have more chalk.
I do have more stuff as well.
Something I'm going to do differently. I meant to say this earlier. I want to start making sure you guys have hero points more often. So if you have more than one on odd episodes, we are going to reset everybody starts with 1. So whether you have 0 or more, everybody has 1. And they will carry over to even episodes, and then on the odd episode, we will reset to 1.
Okay.
I'm going to try to be more mindful to give out more hero points, but also I want you guys to be able to use them. If you have more than 1, like you might want to use it so that it doesn't reset.
Basically, you don't want Bob hoarding them again.
Right. But I also want to make sure you guys are getting them. So if you don't, if you're at 0, set them to 1. If you're above 1, set them to 1. Let's go ahead and jump into this. What do you guys want to do now that you're at that door? You see the changes in it. All the doors around it are open.
Interesting.
I will remind you, Vercog, that our latest strategy, before Tad's unfortunate passing, was that we do not fight anything without thumbs. Because if it has no thumbs, it can't open doors.
Obviously.
Therefore, it's defeated by a door, and we don't need to fight it. This altar, not only does it not have thumbs, it doesn't have legs. So as long as we don't approach it, it shouldn't be able to fight us either.
Why is that body on the altar?
I mean, probably whoever cleaned up the entire room put it there.
Why?
It's a good question. Maybe they didn't have any chalk.
Yeah, but like the altar should have eaten it. No?
Well, it's not chalk.
Also a good point.
Ryan, I'm getting a good look from where I am anyway at the body. Is it marked in any way? Is it moving?
Give me a perception check.
Can everybody do that or just him?
Sure.
Not my best work.
Mine is actually pretty good.
Mine.
All right. What did everybody get?
9.
5 on a natural 1.
Ooh.
I got a total of 24. Rolled an 18.
And Vercog?
I got an 11.
It's hard to tell from that distance, Vercog. And Borm, you're a little bit... Vercog's hat's in the way. You can't really see beyond... over Vercog and the hat.
You have never seen a captain's hat, have you? You are examining the captain's hat intently.
Why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Bob, you seem to think that there's extra damage to this body, like extra slices from a distance. It's hard to tell from where.
Yeah, I'm not going to approach, but I will mention that it looks like the body is more chewed up than we or the dog left it.
I think we should skirt it. I don't think we should get close to it.
It is my expert opinion that the altar has been nibbling on this body and is saving it for a later snack.
Do you think it fell asleep while it was eating like an infant?
Yes. Who hasn't done that?
I know.
So, probably going to the very first door over here, maybe?
Okay, the first door to the west.
Do we want to go that way, or we want to go back where we came up? The more northerly door. That would put us in the room for more time.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good call.
Okay, well, we can go through here. Was there anything that we locked behind a door?
What do you mean?
We were running around closing doors.
Yeah, and all of them are open now.
But all of them in this room are open.
Well, I think we closed the door to the shitters because we couldn't handle the smell.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we smelling it again now?
Noticeably, it stinks.
Delightful.
It is a wretched smell.
More than the corpse in the room would imply.
Yeah, the corpse in the room's been there for 24 hours. This is, yeah.
What kind of bad smell? Is it rotten meat? Is it
rotten shit?
I know that smell.
Shitty shit.
Nope.
You, Vercog, probably remembered as the near TPK smell.
Mm-hmm. Just kneeling down, put your hand on the floor, say, "A hobbit shit here." So we're going this way through the shit room, or are we going back where we came from when we were fleeing in terror with a corpse?
I don't know.
Let's go. Oh, sorry. I was going to say something, but Borm actually wasn't there, so he's going to defer to you folks.
But you can smell, right?
Technically, Tad wasn't there either.
That's low.
So was Dad.
So
Well,
we're
maybe if
so
the
was
GM gave some
Cinderspark,
hero
too.
points off, you know.
I mean,
Would you like to enter door number shit or door number 2? Wait.
Pick a door. Someone roll a die and pick a door.
I'll take the goat, Monty. I'm going to go up.
closes the door to the south.
Good
Okay.
call. Good call.
it smells terrible in there. That smells like something I wouldn't eat.
Wow.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Vercog has a better stealth than Bob.
Oh, were we stealthing? I wasn't.
Cinderspark, you make your way up to the door, the next one up. You see the number of bodies that you had left behind.
Mm-hmm.
Bob,
Okay.
Yes.
if we're not stealthing, can we get theme music?
I would like to alert these people as little as possible. Like,
So then we should be stealthing.
But we're not.
yes, which is
Oh,
why I
we're
was
not.
saying
Okay.
I shouldn't be ahead of you because I
Okay.
stealth worse.
Okay.
So, are we sneaking from this point onward? Is that what we're talking about as we're talking in the middle of this room?
Oh, hold on. Does the new guy know Goblin?
Yes.
Oh, good. He
Okay,
answers in Goblin.
Okay, Borm was actually speaking to us in Goblin at Elsie's.
Oh, right. He knew Goblin from the get-go as opposed to Tad, who absorbed it.
Right. He absorbed through osmosis.
Hello.
Those are our friends. We killed them. They're fine.
Oh, okay.
But
No, we
go
have
through
to go through there.
Do we really? I thought we were going. Oh, that's where the. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
there.
Yes.
Okay.
that was the kennel where we found a note from Elder Ordwy to warn the place.
He wasn't there before.
And you see your friendly Yethhound as you get in front of that door. Looks like some bodies were dumped in here, and they were stripped of their garb. So now there's a bunch of naked bodies,
Huh.
and the Yethhound.
How do you like that?
I'm fairly certain that the south door leads to a bone room where Bob saw some sort of a tentacle thing piloting a skeleton, and nobody else saw it. So we should close that door.
Yeah, already done. There was a corpse of a dog in there. It was already distasteful enough.
All right, you pass that other doorway there to the north.
Ah!
And as you look north, there's a body hanging out of that cauldron.
Oh, that wasn't
Does
there
it
before.
look cooked?
No, it doesn't look cooked, but what you can see is like the upper part of the torso is hanging out, and you can see clearly like the neck was slit and the wrists were cut, and it's just like the rest of the blood has dripped on the floor right there.
Is it the cultist body or the dwarf?
That is a cultist.
Okay, have we seen the corpse of the dwarf?
Not that you've recognized, no.
I mean, everything else we killed in here was a cultist, so
It's true.
Yeah, you haven't seen it.
okay. Because we kind of weren't going to be dragging the corpse of their leader, who we didn't even know was the Goromite leader until after we came back with Tad in tow.
Why the fuck did they move all of the corpses?
Maybe they thought it desecrated the altar room?
But they...
Does anybody have religion to be able to tell me otherwise?
They left
mine's a
these
0.
guys.
This isn't the altar room.
No, but they had to have dragged the Yethhound from that room into the room we just passed.
Oh, they tossed him into refuse.
But
Really?
they left these guys. They had, and we know they passed by these guys, but they left these guys here, and then.
Ryan, is there some kind of religious reason that the bodies would be moved like that? Do I think that none of this makes sense.
Give me a religion roll.
I already did.
What is it?
24.
Twas a nat 20.
Yeah. You think that this has no religious significance? Go ahead and give me a society roll.
Society?
Mm-hmm.
I might actually.
We do live in a society.
I think I've rolled 3 7s already tonight. No, a 9,
Jackpot.
a 7.
Can anybody roll society or?
Yeah.
22.
Ooh, I actually beat that with a 25.
All right, 22 and 25. You think that these are probably just posed there to scare you or warn you?
Oh, they're scarecrows.
Scare goblins?
No, wait. Is the harbinger afraid?
Raven.
And as you
No,
guys are,
actually, the bird, if I'm not paying attention to it, flies over there and pecks out the eyes. And I noticed when he leaves, I'm like, really?
Well, they left the delicious bits in, so.
as you guys are gather in the hallway here, you notice the bodies here start to move.
I'm not supposed to do that.
And one rises up through the others, and that is going to be initiative.
Okay.
Delightful. Oh, does Cinderspark get to roll stealth?
I wasn't stealthing.
Oh, right.
I was stealthing. I rolled a 6. It really wouldn't matter much.
Oh, should I not have rolled yet? Because I don't see an initiative tracker.
He told us to roll initiative, dude.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, you're in the initiative tracker.
Oh, okay. For some reason, it's not on my screen, but it is in the tab under encounters.
It does say not started yet. Maybe
That would be why.
Ooh.
All right.
Combat.
Bob, what'd you get?
I've got a total of 18 with my perception of 12 plus 6.
Yes.
Cinderspark?
15.
I was trying to do these in alphabetical order. I forgot. We got Borm now. Borm.
Borm hit the second natural 1 in a row for a 5 total.
Oh, man. And Verkog.
Middle of the table, 10.
Okay. Bob, as you see this happening, you are going to be first.
Let us be clear about what this is, because I'm not sure if any of the things that are on the map are actually combatants.
Yeah, where are we looking, Ryan? North room or west room?
The body directly in front of Cinderspark starts to rise.
When you say in front, are we talking here?
Yes, sorry. To the left.
Gotcha.
To the left, yeah.
Okay. That specific token was invisible to me, whereas previously it was visible. So that was the source of my confusion. I wasn't sure if any of them were going to do anything and where they were. Well, in that case, I'm going to start with song.
Rolling your initiative into perception as well, you can tell, you're probably the only one that can actually see this. It doesn't actually look like it is that body that is rising, but it is coming up off the ground, like maybe there's something else underneath it.
Fun times. I believe during the previous session when that particular door was open. And Bob was the only one to walk in there. Bob actually identified those things that were in the refuse room as some sort of a scavenger in the abyss that finds bodies to pilot. So they will crawl into a corpse, eat the bits, and then use it as a bone chariot or whatever. If I'm saying it wrong, that's perfectly fine because that's what Bob remembers. So,
A bone hot rod?
sure. Right now it's still a little bit fleshy. But it's entirely possible that one of those purple tentacle things has crawled into the corpse. And and because it didn't like its previous skeletal composite thing, and it thinks this will make a better home. It's like a hermit crab except for corpses.
Right.
So it left the previous
Hermit
one and
crab, except for corpses.
yes, a corpse crab, if you will. You won't? That's all right.
No, 100%. Nope.
Corpse
Even
crab.
if we find out what it really is, it's a corpse crab.
Okay, so Bob.
Or a hermit corpse.
Okay, so Bob screams, "Corpse crabs!" and casts Courageous Anthem,
Okay.
which should put the effect on all of you
Yeah,
guys.
We're good.
All right. So, in which case, Bob is actually going to think that there is a thing inside the corpse. And if it works the way Bob thinks, the thing might actually be affectable by mental crap. So, Bob is going to do a daze on what he thinks is the corpse crab inside the puppet of the corpse.
Are you doing that on the cultist that you see, or what looks like might be underneath it?
Well, Bob is assuming that there's something inside the cultist
Okay.
that's a target. So he's
Okay.
gonna fire off a daze at what he thinks is there.
Okay.
If there is a valid target, it should make a DC 17 basic will. And then you can tell me whether I should roll damage or not.
Yeah, you don't need to roll damage.
All right. Then that ends Bob's turn.
All right.
Oh, I don't.
You hear a door open that you have previously passed.
Can you be more specific?
Corpse crabs.
It's this one. Oh, all right.
Corpse crabs.
The door on the south side of the wall that you had previously passed.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you know what the problem is, right? They have new corpses, and these corpses still have thumbs.
No, they don't. I took
yes.
the thumbs.
You. Oh. How are they opening that door, GM? They should have no thumbs.
I didn't say they took new
Dimitri?
corpses. You just assumed that they didn't open doors because they had no thumbs.
Dimitri, you and I have both seen cats open doors.
That's true. Cats are special, though.
Yes, that's why they're familiars.
Oh, yes, you
Whoa,
are
whoa,
correct.
Hold on. This
You
is
see
no way-
one.
What
See
is
one
this?
of these step out.
I told you they exist.
Ugh.
I warned
You
you,
see
dog.
this skeletal thing with, oh gosh, what the best way to
It looks
describe
like
that?
a beetle, or no, like a trilobite or something like that.
Why
Something
is
very
it-
Cambrian era.
Why is its jaw down there?
I told you guys. I
That's
told
true.
you.
Why is the mandible there?
Bob is choosing to believe that when this thing was alive, its jaw was mounted in the groin.
This thing
There's
does step out.
There is a musical on Broadway right now called Teeth that involves a person with that kind of anatomy.
Okay.
But you see this tentacled small ostovite within the skeleton. The tentacles like wrap around all the bones and like holding the skeleton together. And it steps out very clunky. And it's going to be right there.
I told you they
That
exist.
is...
Why do you keep saying that like we didn't believe you?
Because nobody saw that. Cinderspark walked into the room, is like, what are you even looking at? And walked out. That was our encounter.
All right, that is that one's turn. That is 3 actions to stand up, open the door, and move out. Cinderspark.
Yo, I'm not from Boston, all right? Just easy with that Spock bullshit. Well, yo, dog. I'm gonna take out my dog slicer.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck it is, even if it's just a corpse, I'm gonna slice it. Maybe if it's unpilotable, it will fuck off. So yeah, we're gonna stab at yonder cultist, and hope that it doesn't like it. I mean, I wouldn't. Let's see. That is going to be a 14.
14. You strike that corpse.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll damage.
This seems too simple. I don't like it.
8.
8. You strike this cultist corpse, and you slice the arm really, really good across the chest, and you don't see any blood come from it.
I mean, we killed it yesterday, so
Yeah.
that does make sense. But is it still moving?
It's still kind of rising, yes.
Ugh, well,
Go ahead and give me a perception check as you do that.
okay, I will give you a perception check if you'd like. Let's see here. And how does a 16 sound?
16. Sounds like you believe that corpse is still rising.
In that case, I believe I will hit it again. Just for shits and or giggles. I mean, 8. 8 is the number.
Yeah, you make contact.
Sweet.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Awesome. See, if there's no corpse left, another 8 points.
You chop the arm off.
Good. Ha! I feel better now. Okay, that's 3 actions. I am done.
All right. That corpse falls to the ground between you, and you see another one of these rise as that body falls.
Aha!
Skeletal.
So, wait, it was under the body, but also inside a skeleton?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
That's what I said. It looked like something underneath it was...
Yeah, you already saw that. I didn't.
Right. But, like, I thought it was just going to be the purple tentacly thing. It crawled under there with the skeleton. And we didn't notice.
You did notice that bodies had been moved around throughout this place. Though bodies in here seem to have been left. Hard to tell if they were moved or added to. This is kind of fun, so I'm going to start
You do it again.
with... Because it's got a mandible strike.
Oh, the one in the groin.
It's at eye level, so...
So it doesn't do a lot of damage, but...
just like it's a hip thrust. Just knocks you right on the chin with the teeth.
That's a 27 to hit.
That's gonna hit. I'd get clocked in the face with a skeletal groin. That's awesome.
Groin jaw.
All right, so you will take 2 points of piercing damage and 3 points of acid damage.
Ooh.
Okay.
With the map, it's going to try to poke you with some bone spikes.
Yeah, I bet it is.
11 is not going to hit you.
No, sir.
I had to do the groin strike.
I appreciate it. Just start off with a pelvic thrust.
And that is my 3 actions for Cog.
I'm so excited. Okay, first thing that we need to do is, what the fuck am I looking at? I'm going to recall knowledge.
All right. Recall some knowledge.
I have a variety of knowledges I could use. Can I use occultism?
You can use religion or a lore.
It's going to have to be religion. Okay, with that in mind, regardless, you know what? I'm going to roll. Because
Okay.
That's 24. A critical.
Critical success. Okay.
Okay.
So this is an Ostavite.
Okay.
Ostavites, I think I told you this before, but I'll go ahead and go over it again. They take over dead bodies. They can dissolve the flesh off of a body pretty quickly. And they have a status by the size of their bone chariot. So they will often take over larger skeletons as a status.
Dimitri, say it.
Corpse grabs.
No, you said bone chariot earlier, dude.
Well, I mean, yeah, but he just said that.
No, I get it. I love that was the nomenclature we're going with. Okay,
Bone
the first
chariot.
thing, do I need... I saw
Bone chariot.
I saw Bone Chariot open for Slayer in 1990. Do I need... Well, how many pieces of information can I have?
You can have 2.
Do I need to spend one of them to know the creature type?
I will give it to you. It is an unholy and fiend type.
Okay, which means that mental stuff should affect it, I believe. Does it have any particular weaknesses? Is it vulnerable to anything?
It has no weaknesses.
Okay. Special attacks.
Define special, because that pelvic thrust was something.
Groin biting.
I'm dazzled.
Let's see here. It does not have any special attacks. It has a trigger action.
So do I.
If its bone chariot is destroyed,
Yeah.
it will scuttle away.
Okay. Last thing that I'm going to ask. Is it immune to anything?
Yes.
Thanks,
What would
Ryan.
you specifically like to know?
What is it immune to?
I'm not going to give them all because there's a lot of them.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? You had a crit. I will give you all of them. It is immune to mental.
Oh, okay.
Bleed, death, disease, doom, drain, fatigue, healing, holy, mental, non-lethal, paralysis, poison, sickened, unconscious.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Since
right.
you had a crit, I will give them to you all
Is
of them.
this like the result of the creature type?
Yeah, I would assume so.
I have 2 more actions, so it's going to eat a phase bolt.
Which one?
Instead of my face.
The one right here.
The one out there by Borm.
Yep. So that's going to be an attack. A 15 versus armor class.
15 hits.
Fabulous. Wow. 12 piercing damage.
Nice.
Beautiful.
And
It appears that all of that gets through.
and it is
Borm.
Borm,
Fantastic. So Borm is about 5 feet away from the one that Verkog just attacked. So he is going to raise his sword and step forward and attack twice. So the first roll is going to be a 4 on the die for 13 total.
13 is not going to get through.
And the second is a 14 on the die for 18 total.
That, you can roll some damage.
Hey, awesome. That is going to be 8 points of damage total. It is a versatile piercing weapon, so that's piercing or slashing.
Awesome. It looks to be in rough shape.
Fantastic, and that's the end of Borm's turn.
Actually, I looked up that versatile thing, and I think it basically means by default it's slashing, but then you can switch it to piercing. Because I was looking at that greatsword for Bob's use at some point. Well, Verkog did share his findings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now Bob thinks the daze didn't work because this thing's immune to mental.
Real quick, sorry about that. So that damage that you dealt, Borm, did trigger the reaction as the bones fall away from this thing.
I destroyed the bone pit.
Yep.
Holy shit. Okay.
He'll never win the race in the Hippodrome now.
He's going the distance.
Wait, and there's a door here that I didn't see previously. Is that?
That's where he came out of.
Yeah, that was where he came out of. Cinderspark had actually
Closed it.
closed it.
It's a corpse pile room.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So he's probably just going to get another jacket and come back out.
All right, let's start things off with a courageous anthem. So that should go up on everybody because we are all within a 60-foot emanation range of Bob at the moment. But if you start rounding corners, it might not actually touch you anymore. It doesn't look like any of the other corpses have moved, have they?
No.
Not yet.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to step up over here because I can't stop in Cinderspark's space. And then I'm going to swing the Warhammer at the dude. Sorry. Corpse Crab. Bone Chariot.
It sounds so metal. It really does.
Okay, so I am... Let's see, I gotta click this for a strike roll, don't I?
Who's the author of Rusthenge, by the way?
Vanessa Hoskins.
No, it's Dio, sorry.
Okay, I think I'm going to miss it because it's a 13 total and it probably has cover in addition to, and that ends Bob's turn.
All right. All right. Do some things. And Cinderspark.
You stop with those things.
He's just doing things.
Doing things behind doors.
Stop with the things and the doing.
Okay. I think this works. I'm going to try a dirty trick. Say single action again. So I try a thievery against the target's reflex DC.
Tie his tentacles together.
Yeah, I'm just going to tie his tentacles to his teeth around his groin.
Okay.
Pull his tentacles through his jaw?
Whatever works. Is his reflex DC 11 or below?
No.
So I just fondled the skeleton.
It appreciates it.
I bet it does.
It smiles with its lower jaw.
Great. Oh, I'm so happy about that. And then I'm not trying again. I'm just going to stab it. And we roll a 1.
That's not helpful.
A total of 9.
Yeah.
And I think I just quit adventuring at this point because this is not going fucking well. I'm going to step back, and that'll be it.
Okay. This bone chariot steps forward. I'm going to roll a die to see which one of you it attacks.
Go for Bob.
Odd, it's going to go for Cinderspark. Even, it's going to go for Bob.
Why am I the odd one?
Even, it is going to go for Bob. It does not like your music.
Aw. Everyone's a critic.
Yeah.
No, I don't want critics. I want mystics.
Let's start with the...
Was fucking awful.
That took me way too long to get to.
I suppose I should have done... Well, no, it's immune to mental, so I wouldn't have been able to fascinate it anyway.
It reaches out with the spikes at the end of its arm. That is a 26 to hit.
I would like to say no. I can't, but I would like to.
You would like to.
Yeah, very much. Can't.
And for damage, ooh, that die. And that die.
I don't like it when he says that.
That is 12 points of piercing damage.
Jesus.
And you will take 3 points of persistent bleed damage.
Persistent bleed. Okay.
Turn.
That applies at the end of my turn. Oh, okay. Right now, I'm just taking 12 physical.
Correct.
Okay. And you'll take care of the bleed?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right.
And let's do this one more time. Same thing. Map. 11.
That's going to be a no.
All right. So that is the end of its turn. And that brings up Vercog.
Fabulous. I am going to cast Phase Bolt. The reason I am casting Phase Bolt is because it reduces cover. So, as I see that I am going to have to fire through Cinderspark's square to get at the Corpse Chariot, I am going to reduce any cover bonuses by 2.
Okay.
So let's attack. I will leave it to you to do the math. That is a 25.
That is a critical hit.
Ooh. Okay. Can I base damage? I don't.
Double damage.
Okay, cool. That's 5. I did more on last round.
Yeah, there
that'll
should be a
10.
button to double it underneath the roll there.
Yeah,
you're right.
Do the minus.
Biggity boom. Oh, why did I take damage?
Because you weren't supposed to be the one clicking that button.
Yeah,
Right.
I realize that now.
And as you hit it with you critically hit it. You hit it in critical spots in the bone chariot, and it shatters the bones, and this one will scuttle away.
So it scuttles away. No, if Cinderspark had a response.
Well, they don't.
No, they don't. No, okay.
Yeah, it's like a fighter thing now.
All right, and you have another action, right?
That was a 2-action spell, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Shoot. Yeah, there's nothing else I really could do. I don't really want to move. I like where I am. So I am going to end turn. Sorry about that.
All good. All right, Borm. The one you were fighting took off to the south, went into that room where it came from.
Borm is going to follow into the room and attempt to chase it. I see a dog token in front of me. Is that dead?
It is dead. You don't see it moving. It looks like the Yeth Hound that you had previously killed.
Nope, Borm wasn't there.
Well, we've told him about it.
Yes, we did.
I'm 15 feet into my 20 feet of movement. I'm fully in the room, but I cannot see anything for my last 5 feet of movement. Is there any indication of where this thing is gone?
No, but you could do an action to seek if you would like.
All right, I will step into the middle of the room and I will do that. And that's just going to be a perception check, correct?
Yes.
It's a 5 on the die for 9 total.
Yeah, you don't know where it is.
I'm going to use my last action. Can I attempt to seek one more time?
You sure can.
7 on the die for 11 total.
Again, you're unable to find it. Like, I imagine you're kind of like sticking your sword into the different bodies on the ground and into the detritus.
Yeah, and spinning around 360. Just everywhere. Hoping the trash compactor walls don't close.
I picture it as him just shouting Marco and hoping for a polo.
No, he's playing hide and seek.
Well, I'm about to bleed. So instead...
You did bleed.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Yes, it applies at the end of the turn.
It already applied.
No. I'm still at 18 of 18. I do see it showed up in chat. Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Hymn of Healing on myself. And it is giving me fast healing. And I'm not sure if that counteracts.
When does that apply?
Like when you cast it. So it gave you now 2 temporary hit points from the Hymn of Healing.
Right. So when I bleed, 2 of those should go away first.
Yep.
Fast healing goes off at the start of my round, though.
Yep.
So I don't actually heal any hit points right now. I only got temp. And that was 2 actions. Don't necessarily want to confront it, but I'm pissed. So I'm going to follow, because I saw it scurry this way. And I see it right there. So that was 15 feet of movement. So I look at Cinderspark and I go, right there, it's right there. And that's the end of my turn. Oh, wait, we were supposed to do the bleeding.
It came off.
No, I'm supposed to roll a DC 15 flat check to see if I recover from it.
Yes.
No, that was a 13. So the bleeding continues until morale improves.
All right. It did its thing. Cinderspark.
Well, since Bob wants me to go down the hallway, I shall go down the hallway. That's 15. I can walk right up to it. Hello. Hello. And it doesn't have its little bone chariot anymore, huh?
It does not.
It's naked.
Time to groin bite it back?
No. It's not that kind of show.
Oh, I think it's exactly that kind of show.
I don't have a bite attack. I do have a dog slicer. So I guess I'm going to stab at it, and we'll see how badly I fuck up. Let's see. Well, maybe the bone chariot's giving it armor, so how does a 12 sound?
It doesn't have a bone chariot right now.
Right.
That's the point.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see where you were coming from. Sorry.
You said a 12?
Yes.
Yeah, that does not hit.
I hate you, Ryan.
I know. But I love you, Brian.
No, you don't.
I do.
All right, so rather than attacking it again, I'm actually going to tumble through and get on the other side of it. So that is going to be...
You don't need to tumble through. It actually is a small creature now.
So am I.
Okay, but there's a... Oh yeah, I see. Never mind. Go ahead. I'm being dumb.
Okay. So that's an what's the? It's
Acrobatics versus
reflex DC. Okay. That's a 15.
A 15 does not get you by it.
Okay, well, I guess I'm fucking staying still. Okay. That'll be it for me.
All right.
Hey. It left.
Hey.
There.
Circling back around.
Let's circle back to that later.
No, it's going to pop out the door right in front of you.
No, I was making a joke.
It is gone all the way around. It is face to face with Verkog.
It's trying to go home. Remember, it's got a boneyard to go back to.
Let's see here.
Help!
I need somebody.
Help!
Not just anybody.
Okay, is it in the chariot or is it in both?
It is not, but it does have some bone spikes still attached to its tentacles.
I'm not a fan of this.
It's carrying souvenirs.
Ooh, that is a 28 to hit.
That is a critical.
Ooh.
Ryan, don't do the thing.
You're not going to be happy with me. Let's see
Did
here.
you do it again? Did you do it again?
Well, on Bob, I rolled max damage, so I can't do that twice in a row.
Wait, hold on.
Why would you speak that out?
Did you attacked me with a 26? That's why it wasn't a crit. Okay.
Yes. True max damage. So, evidently I can roll back-to-back max damage. That is a 12 on the D12.
Uh-huh.
So that's 24 points there. And you will take 8 points of bleed damage on your turn.
Wow.
And...
Wow. I'm just fucked.
Did it drop you or?
Oh, yeah.
24 was enough to drop you? Wow.
So you go to dying 2 on a crit. Thankfully, that is the end of its turn. Borm.
Borm is going to continue to do a seek action. In the time that he's been here, has he heard anything?
No, you
Would
haven't.
you like a seek for that? All right.
Well, he might have heard something from the outside.
Yeah, you did hear Verkog drop.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have heard that amongst the mist of battle, though?
You probably heard him probably screech out after taking a big hit.
And then you hear a thud and a very, very angry squawk.
All right, well, I'm going to do a seek here for the first action since I rolled it.
All right.
It's a 14 total.
14 total. You do not find anything.
Okay. He's going to step back here and realize that he takes as much movement as possible. Unfortunately, he only has a singular and final action. He would not be able to help Verkog anymore. So actually, can he move past Verkog?
Yep.
Let's see. And where was the thing that attacked him?
In the doorway there.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, because you moved with the mouse as opposed to with the arrow keys, you didn't see it.
Yeah, right there.
Cool. I can't, I assume, stand in his spot or stand over his body, correct?
I'll let you.
Okay. He would like to do that to otherwise prevent any further harm and set him up to try to help on the next thing. So that's the end of Borm's turn.
He is currently a blood sprinkler. I'm assuming the bleed damage manifests as they hit him in like the femoral artery or something.
Blood sprinklers and bone chariots.
Mm-hmm.
This is Kill Bill.
We killed Verkog, not Bill.
I don't think we did that.
No, that was Ryan.
Yeah, let's put blame where blame absolutely should rest.
That's going to be the end of Borm's turn. He's going to gingerly step around and try not to step in the pooling blood.
All right.
Okay.
And
You know what? I could have done that. Okay, if I live, I know I'll do that next time. Brian, if an attack drops me, I think of this like magic with the stack. Although I know Dimitri's about to tell me that the stack no longer exists, but the idea is still sound. You did enough damage to reduce me below 0. I have shield as a response, or that I could have. No, I hadn't cast shield yet. It doesn't matter. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that,
Bob. Your hymn of healing goes off. You can apply your 2. It looks like you received
heal 2 points, going from 17 to 19, and I have another 2 temporary points to deal with my bleeding. However, it's kind of obvious that my problems are much smaller than Vercog. So I'm going to... Bleed doesn't go away if you heal somebody, though.
You have to treat wounds.
I have spell casting that will give him healing, but bleed is just going to drop him back down.
Will the magical healing stop the bleed?
No.
That's, what I've got is soothe.
You can apply first aid.
I can't. I am not trained for it as Bob. How would bleed even interact with dying? Like, if you take any damage while you're dying, what's it do?
What will happen on Vercog's turn? Vercog will give a flat check to reduce the dying level. If Vercog fails the death save, he will go to dying 3. Then he will take the persistent damage and go to dying 4 and be gone. Persistent damage when you are dying is brutal.
Bad.
So actually bringing him up with healing is better, because he's then back to dying 0.
Right. So if you heal him... So here's what would happen. If you heal him, he will go to 0. He will gain the wounded 1. And then he will, on his turn, he will take damage and go to dying 2.
Okay, that does sound like a better option. Absolutely. So yeah, let's cast Soothe. Right.
Yes!
Max for a total of 14 hit points to Vercog. You can press apply healing, and that should apply healing to your character. Yes, we figured out the interface. Excellent. Okay. That, however, ends my turn, because that is a total of 3 actions. And now... you should remove the soothe effect from myself, and it should be on Vercog. But I have to make a DC 15 flat check to see if I continue bleeding. 18! Excellent. I stop bleeding, but I do take a net of 1 point of damage because I did bleed.
Okay.
All right. Now my turn's over.
And I'll do that. And Cinderspark.
Yeah. Well,
You saw this thing run up forward and run through the door.
I heard all the nonsense in the hallway behind me. I'm gonna go back instead of going... Well, I can't see anything.
Well, Vercog doesn't look like a dying blood fountain, but a living one.
Great. A living blood fountain.
It literally is Kill Bill.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't see around the corner. I don't know where it is. But that is 1 movement. So... Is it right in the doorway?
It is.
What the fuck? Okay, let's try tumbling through again. So I can...
Is it a flat check for that, Ryan? Like, is there?
It's against the
number?
reflex DC.
Oh, okay.
I just roll like garbage whenever it's actually important. So
You should buy some better dice.
All right, first of all, none of us need an excuse to buy dice.
Mm-hmm.
also true. Okay, so let's try this then. Tumbling through and 14.
A 14, you do not make it through.
Right, and then I can't stay in that fucking space, so I have to come back over here. You people suck. I can't do anything.
All right.
So, Cinderspark can't even attack around that corner?
Can I pull Verkog out from under Borm's feet?
Sure.
Yeah, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna come this way.
Motor in.
All right.
So you can put Verkog right there.
Nobody puts Verkog in the corner.
No, over here, not over there, not in front of the door. And that will be that then.
All right, Verkog, you are alive.
How do we want to do this?
Well, you bleed at the end of your turn, right?
Yep.
Okay. Then the first thing that we're doing is we are using my healer's kit to give myself first aid.
You are still prone to.
I'm okay with being prone.
Okay.
Okay. Medicine with my healer's kit. How do we calculate the DC for first aid?
DC is usually the DC of the effect that caused the bleed.
Okay.
So in this case, let me double check. I think it was just a
as long as you have a number in mind, that's fine.
Yeah, I have a number in.
Cool. Excellent. 22.
That is plenty.
Fabulous. So can I remove not the wounded? There was persistent damage.
The bleed, yes. I never put it on you because you were only going to take the full 8 once.
Okay. Now, let's talk action economy here. How many actions did I just take?
Administer first aid is 2 actions.
Fabulous. My third action is to remove prone. I am standing.
Teamwork.
I hate to be silly and say it makes the dream work, but that's how I feel right now. Okay. Thank you very much, guys.
Mm-hmm. End
of my turn.
And I just saw it scurry through my cone of vision.
Is this giving anybody else aliens vibes right now?
A little bit.
Well, I mean,
I'm digging it, I have to say.
It wants to crawl inside a corpse, yes.
So you see this thing take off back to the north, back to the door that it came from. Bob, you see it come back through that door and go behind the rusted pillar.
Mm-hmm. Do I get to go? It's behind me, isn't it?
There's that moment where, like, one of the tentacles with the bone spur kind of curls over your shoulder.
This thing moves up next to Bob.
What is this thing?
This thing is, let me give you guys a picture of it.
No.
It looks something like a large, obese rat.
Bipedal, however.
What is this?
Bipedal, yes.
What really? And the poor thing is all scarred up, too.
Looks like a Skaven.
Yeah.
Does it actually have horns on top of its head?
I thought Skaven were really skinny.
Yeah, they generally tend to be, but there are bigger ones.
Okay.
This does have a light mace that it is carrying that looks to be glowing red.
So it's a light mace.
It's a light mace.
Yeah, so the best way I think to describe it, it looks kind of like a rat folk, but
Fat.
More fiendish, demonish.
Get it to bite you and you can get lycanthropy.
I just got over bleeding.
And you hear a voice in your head that you don't understand. It sounds very guttural, Bob. Before it strikes with that light mace.
So when you say I hear a voice in my head, you mean it isn't audible to anybody. It
Correct.
just is audible to me.
Yes.
I don't necessarily identify it as a mental effect.
Right.
Okay.
A 15 to hit.
That is going to miss.
And his turn is done. Borm.
Borm saw the one that was just to the north of him scuttle away further into this room to the north, correct?
Yep. Went into the door to the west there.
Borm can't chase, and now that Verkog is Verkog doing a little bit better?
Yeah, Verkog essentially, he got a roll of gauze and literally wrapped it around his neck and held it there. And he just kind of puts it behind. He's like, I'm good. I'm fine. Promise. The bird nods and agrees.
Stick the entire roll into the hole.
Yeah, actually, that's not the most unlikely thing in the world.
You had a bleed of 8. That's,
Wow, that's crazy.
Borm is going to lay on hands. Regardless if you need it or not, and you're otherwise willing, you're going to take 6 points of healing. But you're also going to gain a +2 status bonus to your AC for one round, which is important because Borm is now going to fuck off. And he's gonna move back into the room for his second action, where he had initially the bone room where he saw the corpse and such. He has a singular action left, and I believe I forget the name of it, but I can't basically do a reaction. It requires 2 actions, right? Like hold my sword aloft for any enemy that enters range.
Right. Readied action is 2 actions.
Okay, so he is just going to stand here blocking the doorway to the room. And swear, and that's the end of his turn.
Is this like to make sure that nothing comes, that thing that went in there comes out?
Yeah, so Borm wants to be the first line of defense for anything that comes out, certainly after hearing the wailing and the thunk previously. He feels a little bit better to be able to handle this for anything that might.
All right. Well, that sounds pretty heroic. So I will give you a hero point. Bob.
I do not like what I see.
What do you see, Bob?
Well, I see more than one fat folk.
There's more than one?
That's why I don't like standing exactly where I am.
Rats travel in packs.
So first actions first, though. I have to sustain the hymn.
That I still have one more action.
Oh, you do? You
yes.
do. I didn't realize you weren't done.
No, that was 2 actions to get in front of you.
Delightful.
And we'll see what happens next week.
Oh, great.
I hate you, Ryan. So much.
Thank you for listening to Dour Gnome Adventures. If you enjoyed our show, check out our website, dourgnomeproductions.com, for links to our social media and Discord community. Also, don't forget to leave us a review on your podcast app of choice and share us with your friends who might enjoy our show. New episodes drop every Monday. Dour Gnome Productions uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Dour Gnome Productions is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. We are playing through the Pathfinder adventure Rusthenge by Vanessa Hoskins. Music and sound effects for this podcast by Michael Ghelfi Studios, Flip Melvin, and Kevin MacLeod. Dour Gnome Adventures is the property of Dour Gnome Productions.